Let me make something clear to everybody. I was recruited by the CIA when I was a student at TJHSST. You don't have to believe it. It's a fucking cover story. I'm Norman Mailer reborn. I figured out the game of machismo. How come Trump never mentions me? Sean MP. The New York Times is following my lead now. They're covering RFK Jr.'s drug past. I already posted about that bullshit on X. I was grandfathered into Twitter. Thank you, Jack. Right? I'm better educated than JFK, and my brother's better educated than RFK. So let's start the conversation there. Right? As I said to my mom 4 years ago when she raised the white flag, both Kennedys were assassinated because they had to be. They were dangers to U.S. security. Why? Because they were so fucking dumb. Just read the books in all the libraries, people. You really think teachers, librarians, give a damn what goes on in Washington? There's a whole world out there beyond politics, my friend. I highly encourage you to find it. Me, I stopped paying attention because Biden has been a threat to U.S. security. Biden's the double agent there. I said it. Right? Biden's been Israel's stool pigeon. Trump and Israel's stool pigeon. That motherfucker doesn't know which way is up from down. It's such a scandal. And it hasn't been reported because of the corrupt, hi Hillary Clinton, I see you, girl. The corrupt Democratic Party, right? I mean, I got a Christmas tree at work today, my friends. My next door neighbor who's working in, wait for it, fashion design. I'm wearing YSL. Trump should have been defeated on simple grounds of aesthetic education, which is that he's disgusting. But he's made it work for him, right? I stopped paying attention to Axios today because on the one hand, they just keep pushing the same Washington propaganda about Israel. Feverish. I mean, I know it's a parody at this point. I know everybody's pranking me. The United States government is feverishly trying, thank you for the cue, is feverishly trying to find, to keep the ceasefire. They're not trying to do anything. Biden destroyed the United States' credibility in the world. The dollar, you ain't seen nothing yet, my friends. The dollar is gonna crash. Elon Musk is right. This country is in fact bankrupt. We cannot afford our bills, and guess who holds all the cards? China. So as I've been saying for years now, but most especially down the stretch here, Trump cannot deliver on his promises. Donald cannot deliver on his promises. He could not get Gates through. And now this is the other reason I stopped paying attention to Axios. I love you guys. Good riddance. Right? Because you're part of the problem. You're the parasites. I don't know if you guys saw that one coming, Mike and Jim, but it doesn't make a difference, right? You're the ones who are feeding off of the psychosis. Granted, I too have fed off the psychosis. I get it. I mean, it's a back and forth grade. Mike Allen's from fucking Orange County, yo. Right? The New York Times is stupid as fuck. Why would you need to read anything else but Axios morning newsletter? I don't even care about politics. It's a distraction, right? And now he can't get, what's his face, Hegseth through, right? So he's going for DeSantis. Oh, of course. Well, that's what everybody said to begin with, right? So this is the whole problem, Donald. Why do you gotta be like this, dude? Just pick DeSantis. He's bad enough, right? Just spare everybody or go through with it. As my dad would say, shit or get off the pot. As my dad, John Kennedy, would say, shit or get off the pot. Right? As I said, my parents paid my I'm spilling the beans, people. My parents paid my $50,000 in student loan debt. Do you know how gorgeous they live in a golf course too, people? It's their fucking Mar-a-Lago. Or Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago. Right? Excuse me, I sometimes mispronounce my words because I'm trilingual, actually polylingual, to match the polyviolence I see everywhere except here in Glendale, where they treat me like royalty because I have taken the time to study and learn about their history. And so have they, which is why they're an angelic people. Arthur is Colombian. He took it upon himself to bear the weight of that history. He didn't have to go that route. He wanted me to see that. And Colombia's troubles, to speak about Ireland here and about political retribution and pushback. I hope Mary Gateskill was pranking me. Why would an Israeli settler want a Hamas terrorist to like her, or is that the point? Right? Either way, Mary Gateskill knows me better than anybody else because I met that motherfucker, yeah, and I know she's been playing me, but I do give it up to her. Because everything has changed. Right? I mean, talk about bad behavior, right? I'm sorry, I'm not a Puritan, yo. The United States is not a Puritan country, right? Fuck this Christian nationalism. I teach next to a Anglican tradition church that says Christian nationalism is not Christian. Fuck yeah. Christian nationalism. There is one God. There is one love. I don't care if I'm pixelated today. What if my students gave me my term back to me yet again? I live a charmed life, my friends. Susan fucking Youssef always said that, and they played me. My friends at UVA played me. Back door into Yale, friends, is Grand Central Terminal, where the Yale Club is. Right? I'm going to Yale next year to develop my stage. It's called, my stage performance is called Roasting. I eat idiots like Elon Musk for breakfast. This dude has no cojones. He walks around like he thinks he's a fucking Texan. Elon Musk is no Texan. He's a fucking entitled white South African brat, and not in the good way, who is on the autism spectrum and is the best example of white monopoly capital I can possibly think of, which is why he, as my foil, is perfect. Because I am now the world's richest man, as I've been trying to say for years now. How could Elon Musk possibly be richer than me? The world's greatest bottom. Everybody at the general hospital here saw while I was being made by my friends out here in Hollywood, but I had stigmata on my body. You think I'm making this up, my friends? I had stigmata on my body. I had 3 instances of stigmata on my body. Thank you for promoting me, Glendale. Metaphysics is a real thing, my friends. Karma is a real thing. As I've been saying, how the hell could Kamala have won that election when she refused to do anything to spare the Palestinians in Gaza from, wait for it, hunger? Forget the 45,000, the 46,000, the increasing casualty count. People in Gaza are being starved by the United States and Israel. And this is my Armenian quarter. People, I am bringing it all home for Christmas. I'm 2.5, baby, and everybody knows that equals fucking 7. This is all gonna be done by this time next year, because as my beautiful neighbor just reminded me, the one who works in fashion and also doesn't like to drive here because the roads are so dangerous. Oh, I wonder why, right? We have a whole bunch of idiots on X, people, right? This is what I'm going to be saying from Broadway. Thank you, Broadway. We have a whole bunch of fucking idiots on X, people, who are fighting about daytime savings, whether we should keep it permanently or whether we should end it permanently. You hear the door slam? My timing is impeccable. My team is impeccable. I have everything I need to succeed. 5 years ago, this month, the COVID-19 pandemic began because of sloppy lab work, I read now. Thank you, Nate Silver, again. Right? It doesn't pay to cover the world correctly, my friends. At least not if you want to cover the blood sport of American politics. Right? Because it is a blood sport. And I hold all the cards, right? I came out here 3 years ago to see if I could make it as a stand-up comic. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Did everybody see what I did? Sean MP from fucking Long Island, yo. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck George Washington. Okay, let's talk about Denzel Washington, yo, who grew up in fucking Mount Vernon, okay? The world is a really small place. When you focus on what you want to do, what you love to do. And it's so sad that so many people love killing other people. Let's talk about narcissism. I gotta wrap it up here. I'm over my 15-minute set time, right? Narcissism. Thy name is Joe Biden. I read Hunter Biden's. Remember, I'm way more educated than Hunter Biden. I read Hunter Biden's memoir, which reads like he was still on drugs. And if he wasn't, he was just off of them. And remember, people, I too am a drug addict. I am a Kennedy, also a drug addict, and I've lived longer than both RFK and JFK, I believe. I would have to check that fact, but everybody knows I don't need to. Right? Fucking Cristobal Colombo, yo. No, excuse me, Cristobal Colon, yo. Talk about a colon. I've got a major colon. Cristobal Colon, yo. The enteric system, yo. My brain-gut connection is fire, yo. Thank you, Anna Javier Smith, yo. Thank you, Sharp and Persico, yo. Thank you to my team, yo. I don't know who watches my shit and who doesn't. I love it that way because it allows me to focus, right? Which is why, again, I'm not paying attention to politics anymore. I will help Zoran if he wants me, but you know what? I get it. I'm controversial, right? Like Madonna says, we haven't had normal lives, right? My father said, here's the real tea. You should be a speechwriter for Biden. My father knows exactly how to get me. Tell me what he thinks I should do, and I'll do the opposite. I was like, fuck that noise. I write my own damn speeches. Madonna taught me how. You just open your mouth and fucking spray. Thank you, Stephen Meisel. Kisses to my photographers. You're my favorites, of course. Ciao for now.